Well, hi, I'm Pastor Brian Gibson with PeaceablyGather.com, and I'm a follower of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. You know, I believe that Jesus is a lamb, but he's also a lion. And you've got to decide when to be the lamb and when to be the lion, and wisdom makes that decision. Right now, America needs some lions to stand up and roar. America needs some lions to stand up and roar for the Constitution. Needs some lions to stand up and roar for religious freedom. Need some lions to stand up and roar for people of worship of every type in this great nation. You know, I watched COVID start, and just like everyone else, I didn't know what would happen. The predictions were very high. Some of the stats were scary. Nobody knew what to do. So to be a good neighbor and to be prudent, we took all of our services and we went online like so many other pastors in America did. And I appreciate that heart to care for people. But as the days and the weeks went on, and the stats didn't come to pass that were predicted, and the regulations weren't dropped, everybody in America now is scratching their head. Some governors are calling for up to a year with no religious assembly. Some are calling for 18 months. Some are saying that nobody can go back until a vaccine has been made. No groups larger than 50. That's a violation of our First Amendment rights. We have the freedom of religion. We have the freedom of speech. We have freedom of press, and we have freedom to peaceably assemble. It's time for every pastor, every rabbi, every Muslim leader, every religious leader to exercise their First Amendment rights. Come on, let the lion inside you begin to roar and take your people back into the houses of worship. I think you need to do it measured. I think you need to practice social distancing. I think we need to be smart, but I think we need to be constitutional and make a stand. If we lay down our rights now, I fear our children and our grandchildren will grow up in a very different America than we've grown up in. You know, Benjamin Franklin, he said these words. He said that someone who would lay down essential liberty for momentary safety deserves neither liberty nor safety. Come on, it's time for the lion to roar on the inside of every church leader in America. And let's hold on to these liberties. I was appalled and shocked, and the lights kind of went off on the inside of me. I organized a drive-through Easter service for kids. Was going to hand them Easter eggs. Think about how our kids' worlds have been rocked. They're not seeing their friends. They're not going to school. They're hearing about deaths, viruses, all of these things that are outside of their context. And so we just wanted to bless some kids and give them some Easter eggs. Our team assembled the eggs, put the candy in it, and then let them set for 5 days. They wore masks and gloves. Nobody was getting out of cars. There was social distancing practiced. Well, the health department shows up and tells me that I can't give an Easter egg to a kid in the name of Jesus. And what was funny is the workers that were there at the church that day, they're looking across the parking lot. The McDonald's has teenagers handing French fries out the window. The Starbucks down the road is passing out lattes. The liquor store is serving their drive-through patrons, but the church isn't responsible enough to give a kid an egg. It's insanity. It makes no sense. There's no logic because it's religious targeting. It's time to stand up against that kind of a thing. It's time for pastors and leaders and rabbis and clerics to let the government know that we're not going to have our First Amendment rights trampled over anymore. I want to encourage you to join me. I'm going to take my congregation back on the 17th of May. That's our Kentucky congregation. We have churches in Texas and churches in Kentucky. And we're going back on the 17th of May. Now, the governor said we can't go back until the 20th. But we're going to violate that order from the governor because it's unconstitutional. And we're going to stand with what this nation was founded on. When they told me I couldn't pass out eggs, what I did is I went to the parking lot and I passed out pre-packaged communion safely, with care, with gloves and masks on. But I'll tell you, we did that in defiance to the governor of Kentucky because we believe in religious freedom. It's time that the lion roars. I pray that the lion would roar in you. So I want to ask you to go to the places you can fill out below me on this website. Let us know about your church, about your synagogue, about your mosque, about your temple. Let us know when you're going back and when you're bringing the people back into the building. I encourage you, do it sooner than later. Do it this week. If you got to wait one more week or you're in a COVID hotspot or something, man, use wisdom, but don't let the government dictate what you can do with your religious freedom. It was already signed by all of the men who sacrificed to establish this nation. A lot of leaders might ask themselves, well, I might lose some people or influence or money, or what if I have a legal battle? What I would ask you is, aren't you grateful for the men who signed the Constitution, for the men that stood for the Bill of Rights, that went through wars, legal battles, loss of property and reputation, so that we could have the freedoms that we have today? It's time to let the lion roar. Fill out and join us. I need your help. America needs your help. The Constitution needs your help. And I'm telling you, your house of worship needs you right now. How great is it going to be when we all get together back in the house of worship? See our people, see our kids, see our friends and our loved ones. I also have some great information for you, is that Kelly Shackelford from First Liberty, one of the largest religious freedom legal groups in the world, has pledged to advise you. If you don't know how to do this, or you don't understand the laws in your municipalities, or what you need to do this safely and to be smart about it, but come on, we're going to make a constitutional stand. He's pledged his resources. If you call, they will give you free legal counsel. And I want to thank Kelly and I want to thank his group for making that available to all of these people in America and for standing for the Constitution. I want to encourage you one more time to peaceably gather with us and fill out this form below. God bless you. God bless America. I'm praying for you.